Tonight, I'm making chicken thighs, Ellsworth Foods style. Let me grab them from the freezer. All right, 2 Ellsworth Foods chicken thighs. My favorite part about these is that they're individually packaged, so they come in a pack of 4, but I'm only gonna use 2 tonight. While they may be frozen, it only takes 5 minutes to defrost them in some hot water in a zipper bag. All right, what you think about that? I am going to stick this in some hot water here. All right, so while my chicken is defrosting, I'm heading back to my freezer to grab a vegetable and some potatoes. All right, I found some asparagus. I'm gonna go ahead and toss this in a zipper bag too and let it defrost with my chicken. There we go. All right, the last thing I grabbed from my freezer is my roasted red potatoes. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this bag open. I'm gonna pour them in a bowl and set them off to the side for later. These guys, you just cook them from frozen. No prep work required at all. Awesome. So my chicken thighs have defrosted. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pat them dry and then hit them with a little seasoning. Here we go. 1 chicken thigh, 2 chicken thigh. I'm gonna go ahead and pat them dry. All right, so now I'm gonna put my chicken thighs in a bowl with a little olive oil and some seasoning. In goes my olive oil. And then here I have a mixture of onion powder, paprika, ground cumin, and a little salt and pepper. Just gonna shake it on in there. And then I'll mix it all up and let it sit for a few minutes before I throw it into a pan. All right, I'm gonna set this off to the side and start working on my veggies. Woohoo. Let's grab our asparagus. All right, asparagus, it's time to start working on my veggies. Get it? Asparagus. Asparagus. Seriously, I'm gonna start working on my veggies now. Okay, so I'm taking this asparagus out of the packaging. I'm gonna go ahead and press out the extra moisture with some paper towels. So I am done pressing out my asparagus, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss it in a bowl and hit that with some seasoning too. So I've got my asparagus in a bowl and I'm gonna hit it with a little olive oil, and I'm thinking I'm gonna use a little lemon pepper seasoning. This should be great. My olive oil, drizzle, 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 and lemon pepper seasoning. And give that a good toss. All right, now it's time to cook it up. All right, so the last thing I need to do is chop up a little bit of garlic so I can add that to my pan later. Now I'm done with my garlic, so now it's time to turn up the heat. Let's get cooking. I've got my seasoned asparagus here. I've got my marinated chicken thighs, and I've also got my roasted reds. Let's throw them in a pan. My pans are hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in a little olive oil here. Let's toss in our roasted reds. Remember, you can cook these guys from frozen, straight out of the freezer into the pan. And after that, onto your plate. And while my roasted reds are cooking, I'm also gonna toss in my asparagus into the pan behind. And I'm gonna let these cook through for a few minutes until they get some nice golden color on them. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and take these off the heat. Now it's time to get our chicken cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and put some more olive oil into my pan. My pan is nice and hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my chicken thighs into the pan. Here we go. I'm gonna cook it until the chicken releases by itself on this side, and then I'll flip it over. Nice. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give that another 5 minutes or so. All right, now I'm gonna toss in my garlic chunks. Yeah, I'm definitely smelling that garlicky smell. So now all that's left to do is add in my chicken broth. All right, so I'm gonna let that simmer on low for a little bit just to really let those flavors blend and meld together. And then it's time to serve. Yum! Now it's time to get this off the heat and onto a plate. I've got my asparagus here. Lay that down. All right, now I got my potatoes. Go ahead and lay these on there. And now I'm gonna lay one of my beautiful chicken thighs right in the middle. All right, to finish it off, a little parsley garnish.
All right, time for a taste test.